Hey everyone, I'm Ken from OK Portugal, and today I'm very excited to show you around this incredible dream property that's for sale. It's located just minutes away from one of Portugal's stunning Atlantic coast beaches. This estate spans just over 1 acre and features a luxurious 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom villa designed with comfort, style and functionality in mind. Step outside and you'll discover a beautifully manicured garden, a large swimming pool that's covered with a retractable cover that you can open up to get nice cool breezes through during the hot months and keep in the warmth in the wintertime. There's also a separate entertainment area that can host up to 50 guests for huge parties, complete with a wood-fired oven, a barbecue area and a large lounge. Plus there's a spacious garage to house all of your vehicles. This property is fully self-sufficient with solar panels and a borehole that supply the water and electricity. It's also connected to the grid, but it also includes a backup diesel generator system, and the heating is done via a heat pump system for the hot water and heating. As a bonus, it comes with an adjoining plot of land that offers the potential to build a second villa or explore other development options. Location-wise, we're in the municipality of Marina Grande in the parish of Vieira de Leiria. You're within walking distance of a local butcher, a bakery, there's cafes, there's a municipal market for fresh meat and vegetables, and just a short drive away you've got all the essentials. Supermarkets like Lidl, Intermarché and Continent, along with banks, pharmacies and even more. And of course, you're only 5 minutes away from Vieira de Leiria beach, set at the mouth of the Liz River, a charming tourist spot with a rich history in artisanal fishing. Here you're going to find fresh seafood restaurants, beach cafes and even a large water park just for the kids. Nazare's famous surfing beaches and monster waves are just half an hour's drive away. And both Lisbon and Porto, with their international airports, are around a 2-hour drive away. So settle in and join me on a full walking tour of this impressive estate right here on Portugal's breathtaking Atlantic coast. This is a very impressive looking house, and from the front here we can see we have electric gates that take you down a driveway and all the way to the garages in the back where you can store your cars and vehicles. If we look over here, we have a walled section, and then we'll have a pedestrian access gate where you can walk through and reach the main house. And then we have the gardens that stretch out down this way, and then we have the other plot of land that adjoins with its own separate entrance. So the house is number 7 on the road, but you actually own technically all the way from number 1 all the way to number 7. So this is actually split up into a whole bunch of different plots, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. So as we go through the gates, we are presented with a very nice manicured garden. Look at this. Some roses in the middle, some beautiful lawns, all very green because we have borehole water that supplies the land. And it's a huge borehole with tons and tons of water. We also have solar panels that we'll get to in a moment that are up here. A massive solar system that's giving all of the electricity to drive that system. So we're going to start this tour by going through the house, and then we're going to go onto the land. It's a really good looking house from the front. We've got front door on this side and lots of balconies. Each of the 5 bedrooms have its own separate balcony space. And let's just walk through and into the main hallway area where we can see the staircase that leads us all the way upstairs and separates all of the different areas. So I think we're going to close this door behind me, and let's start in the living room area. We have a really nice bar. I see the owner has a very impressive whiskey collection on the bar here. And then if I swing around this way, we have a really large living area. Lots of space for sofas, also again nice and light and airy. Space for an absolutely enormous television, wood burning stove. We have a dining area in here. I've been told that this is not really where they usually dine because they've got so many different dining areas spread right throughout the property. On this side over here we have a kitchen, but before we get to the kitchen, I think we should have a look at this area here. This is a beautiful conservatory. We've got lots of glass. You can open up all of these windows, open up all of these doors, so in the middle of summer you've got plenty of light and space in here. Let me just give you a little peek of outside, and again look at these incredibly beautifully manicured lawns. They have people that come around and cut all the grass for them, so you don't have to worry about that. We've got other buildings out here that we're going to get to in a moment. We've got this swimming pool, but let me just focus on what we have out here so far. So a nice barbecue area, and there's also a nice little balcony area just down here. We're going to get to this in a moment. Now before we go there, I think we should come back in the direction that we just came from. Obviously these are the doors leading into the living area. On that side, on the front of the house, we have some more doors. You could open that up and have another breeze. And these are the doors that lead into the kitchen. It's a very well appointed kitchen. If we look on this side over here, we have some beautiful cabinets. We also have wine coolers. So the owner of this property absolutely loves his wine. He's got a couple of coolers over here with some really nice wines. We've got a coffee station. We've got absolutely tons of storage everywhere, lots of glasses. We have big American style fridges here that do ice and water. And I believe it has some interesting things here where you can open up, or sorry, where you can light the actual fridge just by tapping on it, which is pretty cool. And look at all of the storage, lots and lots and lots of storage. A big island, kitchen island area just on this side, and all of the appliances are German, Bosch, Siemens. We have obviously the ovens over here. We have the induction cooker over here, or induction hob, sorry, the big extractor, huge sinks, and I think from here, let's just have a look out the kitchen. Again, we have these lovely views. We have this downstairs area that we're going to get to in a moment. But let me just swing you around here before we go into this section. I think we just finish off this downstairs area of the house first. So if we come back through the kitchen, we're on the other side of the staircase now. We've got a huge bathroom area, or toilet area, bidet, toilet. And if we go through this side over here, right next to the front door, we've got a large office space. And this is the owner's office, and a really, really nice space. Lots of light, nice and airy. And let me just turn you around now, so we're looking back again at the staircase that goes upstairs. I think we're going to do this section next, and then we're going to carry on with the rest. So up the marble stairs, again, very nice, light and airy. And let's just stand on this side here to show you what this all looks like. Big windows up there that can be opened up. You can let in more air if you want. But to be honest, this is a very nice house. It's a really nice temperature inside. The owners actually didn't install air conditioning because they say that they just don't need it. So this is the master suite. This is the owner's main bedroom, master suite. As you can see, it's absolutely enormous. Huge furniture, floor to ceiling, very high ceilings. I think we're going to start by looking on this side here, where we've got views that look out over the front entrance and onto this really nice balcony. Let's just go out here quickly and have a look. So really, really nice. In this direction over here, we can actually see the sea. So that's the coastline there. And we've got some beautiful forested areas here. And let's just go inside. I just need to shut this door because we do have a lovely sea breeze that's blowing through. Let me just stand in this corner of the room here and give you a good look. So huge room, lots and lots of space. And over here we have the ensuite, which is just as impressive. On the left, a his and hers, basins. And if we spin to the right here, we've got the toilets, the bidet, and we have a big walk-in shower, a lovely step-in jacuzzi bath. Very, very luxurious property indeed. Big opening doors that take you onto your own private balcony, another one. A really big one. And I mean, we have to take a look off the balcony, don't we? This is this long driveway that I was talking about that basically leads from the electrically opening gates and leads all the way past these beautiful manicured gardens down to the garage building. This is a huge, huge building over here that has seating space for 50 guests to have a big party down there. And we can see some of the pool over here, and we can see some of the solar system. We're going to get to all of that. Down here we got some more bedrooms. So let's go through and have a look at those next. Very impressive house so far. Hey, what do you guys think? Have a look. Well, write some comments in the bottom there and let us know. Now this property, obviously, I'm not an estate agent. I only make video tours. So have a look in the video description below for the agent that's selling this property. Have a look for their contact details and send them a message if you're interested in buying this or if you want to book a tour. And from up here we can see a big landing area, lots of space, lots of light. This goes through to some different bedrooms. If we walk through to this one, really nice big space. You can put huge furniture in here and the room still has lots of space around it. And over here we have another huge wardrobe that's floor to ceiling, absolutely massive. And again we have this lovely balcony space that joins onto the same balcony that overlooks the swimming pool. And if we go through here, we can see, I would say, a mirror image of that same bedroom. Again with probably the exact same furniture. Also the big floor to ceiling cupboards, and again we have these doors that open up. We got to go out here. Let's have a look. The view is slightly different, isn't it? And from here we can see a little bit more of like the forest. And we can see this is an emerging forest here, so it's starting to grow. Now actually quite close, within walking distance, as I said, we've got all sorts of different things here. So right over here is a school. I'm not sure if this is, I think it's a preparatory school or like a primary school. There's a public swimming pool over there. There's cafes, bars, restaurants, all sorts of stuff. It's literally within walking distance. But you wouldn't actually need that swimming pool because, I mean, look at that. Now there's another room up here. Let me just close this door behind me. And this room is currently being used as another little office space. Actually, before we get there, there's another bathroom up here. So this is another bathroom upstairs. Bidet toilet, his and hers sinks, and a large shower. Let me get into the corner here so we can see exactly what we're looking at. Very well appointed, very clean and fresh, ready for the new owners. And over here we have another bedroom. So at the moment this is kind of being used as like another office space, and lots of windows. I believe downstairs from here is where the other owner's office is. So this is kind of a mirror image space. Nice windows over here, and its own little private balcony. And we have to go out onto the balcony and just have a look. And from here we can see the entrance where we were standing, where we came in. And we can see the spot where I was standing just in the corner of the garden here doing the intro. And we can also see the adjoining plot of land. So we can see parts of that. And this could be turned into, well, like another villa. It could be turned into an area where you plant fruit trees and a vegetable garden. It's got lots and lots of different potentials. That's another gate entrance that you can use to access it on its own. Right, so that's the upstairs of the house. Let me close this door behind me and let's see the rest. We're going to walk our way through and back to the stairs. And I really like how nice and light an area it is up here. I don't really have many lights on or anything like that, but it really does feel like there's a good natural light in here. It's not all dark, gloomy or anything like that. From the top of the stairs we're looking down now to the front door, and we're done with the first two levels. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go through the kitchen, and there is a whole new level just below us. And before we get there, from the kitchen we've got this huge laundry room. Look at this. So you've got a lovely kitchen, but you also have a lot of space for washing machines, tumble dryers. You can actually have a whole bunch of different units here. You could have 4 different units. If we look on this side over here, we've got lots and lots of fridge storage space. So tons of place to store food. This is a house. This is a house for a big family, a house for lots of family members, lots of friends. And then we also have this very impressive pantry area. Look at this. I mean, it's a huge room where you can store lots and lots of food. So, this is like an off-grid property with huge pantry storage facilities. But it's also connected to the grid, so but it has the potential to actually make all of its own energy. I've got some windows here that actually look at the building with the solar panels. But before we get there, we're going to go downstairs into the basement. And as we go down here, we can see just how big this is. We have a huge chest freezer space over here, so you could put a couple of chest freezers if you wanted to store more stuff. And then we have, look at this, a giant area for fun and games and parties. Just absolutely epic. Now before we get there, let me just spin you around. We've got some doors that lead outside. We're going to go through those in a moment. But on this side we have a downstairs sauna area and a shower area. So absolutely amazing. Come down here, we've got the basin, we've got the sauna, we have the shower just in the corner over here, and then we also have toilet facilities. And let's just have a look inside the sauna. It's actually quite a big sauna. You could fit quite a few people in here. It's not just like a one man. So you and your friends can sit in here, then afterwards you can have a shower. Afterwards you can run out of here, go out there and jump in the pool. Really, really amazing. Now it doesn't just have the sauna. Earlier on I was telling you it has a gym as well, so let's get across to that. Look at this. Cool. And what is this room? Ah, okay, so this is the wine cellar. Now because the owner's selling, they've been getting rid of a lot of their different bottles. So he says he doesn't have as much stuff as he used to, but you know, the new owner can have a very nice room over here that they can store all of their bottles and wines and alcoholic drinks. Even has another very impressive wine fridge just over there. I mean, this house has everything. This is a really nice little lounge area, again with a little bar area. And then this is the gym. So we've got quite a few machines in here. We've got regular spinning bikes, reclining bikes, like a elliptical. You can tell the last time I went into gym, I can't remember the names. Treadmill, a very impressive treadmill. And obviously a TV, so while you're doing all of this, you're not going to get too bored. And we've been through this sort of lounge area here. On this side over here we have a pool table. It's a really, really big pool table. So I was actually asking the owner if it was a snooker table, but he said no, it's a pool table. So a really nice one. And with all of the furniture, the entire house, the owner's quite happy to sell the house furnished. You know, obviously if the owners don't want the furniture, then he can make other arrangements. But that's something that you're going to need to speak to, you know, speak to the agent about it, speak to the owner of the property and see whether or not, you know, if there is furniture here that you want, if you want to buy it with all of the furniture, that's something that can be arranged. Now, if we go through these doors over here, this takes us out to, oh wait, that's a ping pong table just underneath here. There are lots of games here. I mean, imagine, the kids will go wild. Yeah, so if we go out here, we've got almost like a driveway area that comes down here. The pool is above here. We are in this basement area, so let me just swing you around quickly. And we're in the basement below the house. This is where the living room area is and the kitchen and all of that. Just in front of us here is all of the pumps and things for the swimming pool. This is a heat pump system here. This heat pump system, I believe, does the hot water. And inside here we have a very impressive system for the swimming pool. So you can see all of the pipe work. We can see all of the equipment. And this is an absolutely massive system for heating water. This is actually a system that uses solar panels on the roof of the house to heat the water. And we can see, look at that, 63 degrees Celsius. All solar powered. Really nice. Massive tank, 500 or 600 litre tank there. And then we have a huge pool filter here, a big sand filter, and all of the pumps and things that run that. So I mean, this place is fully kitted. It's ready for the new owners to just basically walk in. You don't have to do anything. It's fully furnished if you want it. And yeah, you can just start living here. Alright, so next we go up this little driveway section here. We can see really lovely gardens, really nice, very easy to maintain vegetation going around here, and then really well maintained beautiful lawns that just cover all of the areas, and these are going to stay green throughout the year because of that borehole. And I think before we get to the swimming pool, I think we're going to have a look at this building over here, so we can see it's a really nice big building. Now the owner absolutely loves socializing. They used to have huge parties here with lots of friends and family and things like that. But obviously this area can be redesigned and changed into separate living accommodation or something like that. So there's a double garage workshop area. They are on electric doors. These doors are operated by a controller, but you can also use any home assistant like Siri or Alexa or something like that, and basically talk voice commands, and it opens it all up for you. We can see we've got space for 2 big cars in here, but there's also space for a workshop. So you can have your tools and you can do little projects and things like that just on the side here and have space for cars. And then just next to the garages over here, we have a very big party room. Now, as we walk in, there's space for people to wash their hands. This is like a big banquet hall. Let me just give you a peek. Look at the size of that. So it basically seats 50 people. You can have 50 people inside here and you can serve them food and you can have feasts. Absolutely amazing. Over here we have a restroom. So we have the regular toilets, bidet, and we also have like a urinal area. Obviously when you have 50 people, you need lots of space. Now, as I said earlier, this could all be divided up and turned into multiple little flats, little studio flats or something like that. But an absolutely huge area. Look at this. Tons of storage that stretch all the way across here. Let's just have a look. I believe this is another pantry area. The owner was saying that this is in a bit of a mess at the moment because obviously this room hasn't been used in a while. But a big storage pantry area, and this is where you can put all of the glasses and crockery and cutlery, drinks, food. And then again, obviously you've got all of the storage area. So imagine the parties that you could have here. And just through the doors, I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, but we have the swimming pool right there. All of the sun lounges here. Imagine you have all of the doors open. You open up the glass of the pool so people can jump in and out, lie in the sun, and you can have these big parties in this space. How incredible must that be? On the side here we have some more cooking facilities. This over here is a gas oven, and we have space here for a double sink. If I switch around over this side, we have big fridge and lots of space for storing glasses for all the drinks that those people are going to be going through. And if we go out into this little conservatory area, you can see we've got these sliding doors that basically all open up. So in the summer this can all be opened up. It can also be used in the winter. And on this side we have a bread oven or a pizza oven, or you can cook some meats in there, and we have all of this barbecue space. Big barbecues, lots of space for lots and lots and lots of wood and charcoal. Huge sink area here. Imagine catching some really nice fish, or going down to that beach and going to the fisherman and saying, hey, I need some fish, getting some fresh fish, bringing them down here, preparing them and grilling them. That is going to be absolutely amazing. And then this is a much smaller dining area. They were saying that this gets used much more often for when they're having barbecues and things. Obviously for when you don't have 50 people. Let's just have another look at this enormous space that again can be divided up and turned into like different flats and annexes and things. And then let's walk through here. We can see the house in the background. We can see this massive swimming pool. I think the way that we're going to enter the pool is through this side over here. Now the owner was telling me that all of these areas here, they all lift up. So you've practically got an outside pool. It's only the very top bit that doesn't lift up. And they obviously have doors on the side here that open up that let through a really nice breeze. But when we go in here now, it's going to be very warm in here because obviously it is covered. And you can control that, as I said, by lifting up all of these different covers. Look at the swimming pool. Huge, beautiful pool. We have a shower just on the side over here. And as I said, it's quite warm in here. This is a very deep pool. Obviously with this kind of temperature in here, this pool stays a really nice temperature. And again, if you want to, all you have to do is lift up all of these different sides. I believe he was telling me that you can lift up from the bottom and lift up the entire side, or you can keep the bottom down and you can just lift up the top pieces. So you can have almost just like a window open, or you can have the whole thing open, and you can do that the whole way down on both sides. This is a very impressive swimming pool. This is a very deep swimming pool, and all of this water for the pool and for the garden all comes from the borehole. So you're not paying loads of money to the municipal, water service company. This is all coming out of the ground, and it's all using the solar system, which if we go through these doors over here, we can start to see the panels which are up on this roof. Now, before we get there, just have a look at his gardens. I mean, look at this. Now, he's telling me that he has a company that comes and cuts all the lawn for him. I think I saw on Google Maps that there's a landscaping company just a couple of blocks away, and they can obviously come and do all of this for you so that you don't have to worry. There's also the option of getting, robotic mowers or something, setting those up, and they'll just cut the grass for you. But let me just spin you around here and just show you the pool area, and obviously this area where we've just come from, this lovely party section. And look at this. Got some yuccas and some lovely greenery, some roses. Really, really nice. Now, this is where we exit this part of the property and we go onto the other plot of land. This is the adjoining plot of land, and we can see it's all walled. So we've got a big wall along here, we've got fences on top of the wall, and let me stand back here so we can see this a bit better. This is a giant solar system that's covering this barn, and this solar system has, I believe, 35 panels, and the panels are either 350 watt or 375 watt panels. So we're looking at about 12, maybe 13 kilowatts of electricity that's generated just from these panels over here. This is more than enough to run this entire house. And let's just go around and into this shed over here so I can show you the battery systems and stuff they have for this. So really nice little log cabin shed. Lots of extra space in here. Look at that. It's much bigger than it looks from the outside. And on this side over here we have two huge batteries. I believe these are 10 kilowatt hour batteries, so we've got 20 kilowatt hours of battery storage. It's all LG, really high end, and as I said earlier, we've got around 12-13 kilowatts of solar panels. So a huge solar system that's perfectly capable of running the entire house off grid, but they do still have a grid connection and they have another backup system. This is a filter for the borehole. So they have the borehole system, it's got a big filter on it, and this is for the swimming pool, this is for the gardens. But I've been told that the main house inside is connected to the municipal water for the showers and bathing and stuff like that. So very, very impressive indeed. It's got this almost like a rural feel, like the neighborhood where we are here. You don't feel like you're in a big town or anything like that. We are in essentially a village, and it's got a really nice feel about it. It's almost like you're in a rural area, but you've got all of the mod cons. You've got everything that you absolutely need. You're fully off grid if you want to be fully off grid. You're also connected if you want to be connected. You're a couple of minutes away from amenities, shops, cafes, restaurants. You're only 5 minutes away from absolutely stunning beach, and along that beach there's some beautiful looking restaurants. Now, I want you to also understand that we are in the middle of, we're kind of in the middle of spring. We aren't even in summer yet, and we had this massive heat wave about a week ago, and so things this week are a bit cooler. In a couple of weeks' time we are going to be in summer, and imagine, we're going to have blue skies, the coastline's going to look incredible, we're going to have lots and lots and lots of life here. Maybe not so much around here, this is going to be nice and peaceful and quiet, but once you get down to the coastline and the beach, there's going to be lots going on, and it's going to be a great place to live. So we've just walked from the shed, and we're going to go around this way. Now we can kind of have a better look at this plot of land. So, I mean, there's a lot of potential here. As I said earlier, there's its own separate entrance. This over here is the old diesel backup generator, and they only got that in part of their quest to be sort of off-grid, but they haven't really ever used it. But it's a big diesel generator. It's more than capable of running the entire house and all of the pumps and everything like that. And we can see from here the back of the shed and the big solar system. I've really enjoyed filming this tour. It's been amazing to be back down by the coast, to smell that fresh sea air. I've been staying in central Portugal for the last almost 6 years now, and every time I get down to the coast, I feel like there's a piece of me that's missing that I'm finally getting back. And it's been an absolute pleasure to walk around this place and to bring you guys this tour. Now, I'm not an estate agent. I don't sell properties. I only make video tours like this one for you guys to watch on YouTube. So if you are interested in buying this property, have a look in the video description below. I'm going to put the agent's contact details. Contact them if you have any questions about the property, if you want to buy the property, if you want to book a tour. And you can also contact me. I'll put my details down there if you're interested in booking a video tour for yourself. If you have a property that you want to sell, or if you're in another country and there's a property over here that you'd like to have a look at, but you can't visit in person. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll join you next time for another one. All the very best. Ciao for now.